Hey, what's going on, guys? This is RC. I'm back in the building. Another video. Let's go. So, we all know about the accomplishments, the accolades that Caitlin Clark has. We all know about her true competitive spirit to ball out, to play hard, to bring her teammates to a higher level. We all know these things. We know that she's a bona fide superstar in every sense of the word. We truly know how magnificent of a player and a person that Caitlin is as she remains level-headed. But we also know that Caitlin Clark is back at it once again, perhaps to try to win the ultimate goal that she did not receive last season. Now, the national title game, like Coach Lisa Bluter said, that's absolutely nothing to sneeze at. In fact, it was an incredible feat, and we all know that. But I think she came back to go ahead and try to take care of some unfinished business. And it's going to be harder than ever this season because, you're missing two starters that were truly instrumental to your cause, to your epic season. But I also believe that Caitlin believes in Iowa basketball. Otherwise, why would she be here? Why would she be here? So she's a true believer in what the team is capable of, what Coach Lisa Bluter is capable of doing. She's a great coach as well. She allows Caitlin to truly be herself. And so my biggest thing is, will Caitlin Clark accomplish that goal? And while I can't definitively sit here and tell you guys that I was going to win a national championship this upcoming season, because I feel like talent-wise, LSU and UConn have the biggest amounts of talent out there in the women's college basketball game. And that's no slight of knock to, of course, Iowa, Ohio State, other teams like that. It's no knock to them, no knock to South Carolina. But I just feel like LSU and UConn, especially if they're healthy, they just have, top of the line talent, got so many weapons on their teams. But I feel like anything is possible when you have Caitlin Clark. And I've said this before. And more than ever, though, you're going to have to count on your teammates this season, Caitlin. And I know that you will. You're an epic all-around player. And sometimes it gets highlighted, but not quite enough. Caitlin Clark can drop a triple-double like it's absolutely nobody's business. And so we know that she does whatever it takes to win. And so she's going to do that. And I truly believe that another great season is coming. But I know that she came back because there's unfinished business, It really is. And so this is her senior season. Quite frankly, she had to come back. I don't think she could have went to the WNBA last season. But she is coming back with, that added motivation, that added fuel. It had to be hard because it was hard upon me and a whole lot of us as fans to see your team, no matter what sport it is, to see your team get to the Super Bowl, to see your team get to the World Series, to see your team get to the Stanley Cup Finals, to see your team get to the national championship title game. You want to complete the mission. And so to fall short was truly heartbreaking. But she took the loss like a champion as well. But with this new season getting ever so closer, I know that she's going to give it all she has. I know that she's going to empty out the reserve tank as well. And so I just trust and believe in my squad, It was great last season because, I've had like 2.5 of my teams in the tournament. Purdue made it to the first four. And then, of course, you had UCLA, which was my other team. They got put out in the they got put out in the Sweet 16, and then you had Iowa, and they make it all the way to the finals. Not to the finals, but to the national title game. And so, my only thing for this season, my only hopes and wishes and aspirations for this year's team is that we just try to have the greatest year possible and try to send Caitlin Clark out as a winner. But it's gonna, a winner of everything. But it's gonna be incredibly, incredibly hard. And I know that it's not going to be any other way. And so maybe we wouldn't have it any other way. I'm sure that I would try to get their hand in the pot. Maybe for Anissa Morrow, maybe for Haley Van Lith before she got into the no contact part of the transfer portal. I'm sure we looked at other pieces, other players, maybe Lauren Betts, who went over to the Bruins. But, ultimately, if you don't get any help from the transfer portal, which isn't guaranteed, by the way, it's just not. You're not guaranteed to get, stars. But if you don't get anybody else, or you don't get anybody from the transfer portal, then you just don't. You play with your hand that you have. Unfortunately for the Hawkeyes, the recruits, the big recruits, don't come until next season. That's when Tegan will be coming. That's when Aaliyah Guyton will be coming. A host of others will be, on that team. And so that's then. This is now. So I'm hopeful, before I get out of here, I'm hopeful that we just have another epic and great season. And may the best team win, It's going to be a great year no matter what. Hawkeyes fans, Caitlin's here. Enjoy the ride. That's what I'll tell you guys. Enjoy the ride, because Caitlin might not come back for another season. This is it for Kate Martin. This is it for Gabby Marshall. This is it for the main crew, So enjoy the ride. And if you love Caitlin Clark, let it be known. If you love the Hawkeyes, subscribe. Let that be known. And with that being said, guys, RC is going to get up out of here. Peace.